Bookmanager has some great tools to help you determine demand for titles you represent. These tools can show you sales and stock statistics on them, no matter who distributes them. You can also generate various types of lists of titles you represent, even your best sellers. On top of that, stores can also share their own inventory. In order to do all of this, you need to tell Bookmanager what publishers you represent. We then look at all of the bibliographic data sent to us from various publishers and match those publishers' names to the ISBNs belonging to them. Here's how you maintain the list of publishers you rep for. Please be sure to regularly review this list and make any changes whenever you add or remove publishers from your current list of clients. You need to access the My Publishers area from the Home menu. The list of publishers you currently represent is on the left. Remember, the goal is to accurately maintain this list. And it looks like there's a typo there. Don't worry, this whole exercise alleviates typos. The middle box contains all of the list of publisher names in our database. You will drag any of your publishers to the list you represent or drag them back. As you can imagine, any database can have various types of errors. There are many spelling errors or many different ways a name can be entered. Here's an example. We will use Firefly Books. It's usually a good idea to truncate your search a bit because sometimes less is more. If I search for Firefly Books, that would omit any publisher names entered simply as Firefly. But it's possible that those ones may also be titles that indeed are published by Firefly Books. Narrow down or make your search more accurate by using other search boxes and filters. For example, filter your Firefly results by Firefly's distributor according to PubStock, which in this case is the code FIR. Obviously, they distribute their own titles in this case. You will come up with one result that you can drag over to the list of publishers you represent. Remember, there may be titles that Firefly published but are not in PubStock for some reason. Maybe they've been discontinued or there's data errors. We can likely find those by prefix. Click a publisher name to get a list of prefixes linked to that publisher to show you on the right-hand side. These are all the prefixes belonging to Firefly Books. Drag any of them over to see titles that might be Firefly ones. You could also type the prefix in, valid or not, using at least 6 digits. You can even type in the whole ISBN. Clear all the other filters to get all publishers that have that prefix. You may see that there are other publishers with the same prefix. This may happen over time as relationships between publishers, imprints, and their distributors change. As well, there may simply be errors in the data we receive, sometimes causing the same publisher to be listed more than once. Have a peek at any of the imprints or titles for each, and only drag over the ones to the left that you represent. Once you have already dragged over to the list of publishers you represent will show as already picked. Any you drag to the list of publishers you represent can always be dragged back. You may notice that some publishers' names are in red and some are in green. Pay no attention to these colors when deciding which publisher names to include in the list you represent. Remember, you may see a publisher listed more than once due to inconsistencies in how a publisher's name has been sent to us. Red ones are names that we have not verified as accurate, and green ones are those ones we have verified. That said, please advise us of any red publishers you include in the list of ones you represent and how they should be corrected. For example, Firefly Books and Firefly Books Limited need to be combined. We will make the needed corrections so that all the titles are properly merged, making our data as accurate as possible. Now that you have chosen all of the publishers you represent, you will accurately be able to use the cool tools Bookmanager has available to you. Info on how to use those features is covered in other documents you can find on our downloads page. Please remember, the goal is to accurately maintain this list.